Oh boy, well, good morning. Here, we're actually working on another project, okay? And this is a project we're working on trying to save as much money as possible here. And it is 6 a.m., and I'm getting a delivery of materials from Home Depot. Here's what we ended up doing. Um, Home Depot has what's known as project loans. Now, typically, the project loans are you've got like 6 months of time to spend the amount you're approved for. At the end of the year, they had a special which was $4.99 interest on it, and you had 84 months to pay it back. So a minimum of $14 a month payment on every thousand you spend. So the homeowner that we have here is using this as a loan as a way to get the material for fixing the house, which is great. $4.99 interest, that's a great interest rate. You can't get a mortgage loan for that. You can't get a line of credit for that. $4.99 interest is great. And to have 84 months to pay it back is great. So, the only problem with this is, there's not much light out here. Let me move this way. Maybe I'll get more light. Is you had to purchase everything in one purchase because of the special. And so we ended up getting pretty much everything that we need. So we're getting a couple of different deliveries of the materials, because I got drywall. On this load, we have the lumber to fix the floors and to fix the framing. We got the insulation, we got the concrete to put some new piers on. And they're delivering this morning. We've purchased all of the plumbing fittings, all of the electrical stuff. So we're using my garage that's here to store a lot of the small stuff, the nail guns and everything else. We literally have the vanities, and we bought the flooring for it. So the good thing is we spent $21,000. Now here's the great thing. Here's the flip side of this that's actually really good. I have a Pro Rewards account with Home Depot, and they give you a little bit more of a discount than if you're just Harry homeowner. And also, too, they have what is known as the bid room. The bid room, actually, hold on. I'm going to actually tell him to do something for me. I'm going to actually have to put the insulation over here. Well, no, actually, I'm not. I'm going to have... They send, if you have a purchase that's over $2,000, they send it to the bid room to get off. They send it to the bid room so that way you get a bigger discount because you're buying in volume. So, what he ended up saving between the bid room and my contractor savings is he saved $3,000. So, in essence, we ended up getting about $24,000 worth of material for 21, and so 14 times. So the material for him to fix this house, basically, is going to cost him about a $300 a month payment. And then the labor he'll pay separate. He'll pay out of his pocket. But not a bad deal, especially today with the cost of everything going up. You got to figure out the best ways you can to save money. And since we had the house itself, had water issues, leaks, rotted walls, and things like that. We ended up taking out all of the insulation. A lot of the floor underneath of it hadn't been insulated before, and we're going to be insulating that. So we're going to go through, we're going to make this house energy efficient. And you can see all the insulation that we have here. We pulled out all the old insulation out of the walls and out of the ceiling. So we're going to get this thing so it's weather tight, energy efficient, and done nicely. We're going to be fixing a lot of stuff that's wrong with it. Damn, did I get that much insulation? Damn. Part of the house is R19, and some of the house is, some of the house, the framing is 24 on centers, and some of it is on under the house, the floor joists, and some of it's on 16. And same thing with the attic. So we're working with it the way it is, and that's part of the reason why it's so much. The insulation is probably about $4,000 of this. All right, my coffee, well, it's still in the truck. And I guess he'll be done in no time, and I'll be back to bed. All right, so here comes the first hack of lumber. The worst part about this is we've had great weather so far. It's going to turn cold tomorrow. Tomorrow's high is only going to be 28, and it's going to be really cold at night. All my dimensional lumber are up underneath here. The floor is rotted out in the kitchen, so we're going to be reframing that up. So there's that. Ooh-wee. I swear that seems like more insulation than what I thought it was. That's the wall insulation. That's the basement insulation, and the other insulation is for the attic. There's the lumber. Sorry?
Does that look okay? Would you prefer it to come back a little?
If you could put it up just maybe a little bit more, just to make sure that when we unstrap it, it doesn't fall down the hill. Ooh, it's holding on to them straps. That's perfect. That's good. That'll work. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I may not need here, and here lies one other thing on this too. So the other thing on this is, because we had to do this all in one purchase, the thing is if you forget something or if you run short, then you can't add it to it. So what we purposely did is we put about 10% extra on materials on the order. And if it ends up being that we don't use it, they'll end up giving you a refund, and they'll refund it on your order. So they'll take it off. So if I end up having more lumber than I need or more insulation I need, I can take it back, and they'll credit the loan on it. So that's another good thing on it. All right, good people. I appreciate you. This is all the 2x4, so we can fix that outer wall there. And somewhere we got some cement. He's made short order of this. I can go back.
One hack of lumber, that belongs
Okay.
But everything on the driver's side of the truck does, so we ship the truck, get the rest set up here for you.
Everything else that's on the truck is still on?
What's that?
Everything else that's still on the truck is mine.
Yes, everything else that's on the truck. Oh, I'm sorry. So what belongs to you is the 2 bats of insulation.
Yeah.
1 bat of concrete. What's on the ground and the lumber underneath of the concrete
Is not.
goes to opposite customers.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got that.